Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center for Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Basketball live on HCAM. As tonight we have a crosstown out-of-league matchup as the Milford Scarlet Hawks are in town to take on the Hopkinton Hillers. Hopkinton 3-0 on the season. The Milford Scarlet Hawks 1-1, and they are fresh off a nice win this past Saturday. The Hillers also picked up a nice win to wrap up last week's action as they took down Holliston 40-36 in a defensive, gritty battle, but a nice win for the Hillers. They had 5 players unavailable for that game tonight. They still have a few injuries to deal with. There's 4 unavailable athletes for this Hiller team, but they are ready to go. And so are we, as we will send it down to courtside for the opening right now.
Between the visiting Milford Hawks and your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Hopkinton High School is submitted to the highest ideas of sportsmanship and to establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. Hopkinton High School will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans in attendance. Such actions include taunting, trash talking, and berating of players or officials. Hopkinton High School has a zero-tolerance policy and no warnings will be issued. And now we will start with the starting lineups for the visiting Hawks. Number 10, Andrew Rivera. Number 14, Luca Testa. Number 3, Gustavo Coutinho. Number 11, Matt De Silva. And number 15, Anthony Daniels. The Hawks are coached by Dana Olson, assisted by Eric Riley. And now let's hear it for your Hopkinton Hillers. At forward, sophomore, number 25, Rylan August. At guard, junior, number 10, Tori Alstrom-Hall. At forward, senior captain, number 24, Jackson Canales. At guard, senior captain, number 3, Cooper Willison. At center, senior, number 35, James Marcinowski. The Hillers are coached by Tom Keene, assisted by Chris Banks, Jay Golden, and Nick Walker. Now, if you could please rise, if able, for the singing of our national anthem.
And there you have it. We are just about ready for tip-off. in front of a packed house here at the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. A lot of Milfordians making the trip down to check out this crosstown rivalry. And of course, you have the Hopkinton Hillers faithful here tonight as well. The Hillers 3-0, Milford 1-1. The Scarlet Hawks of Milford out of the Hockomock League. And of course, the Hillers out of the TVL. Last game for the Hillers was this past Friday. Cooper Willardson led the way with 14 points in the 40-36 win over Holliston. And for Milford, they captured an 85-77 win against North Attleboro, led by Luca Testa, who had 23 points, and Andrew Rivera, who had 22 points. In the center circle, we have James Marcinowski up against Anthony Daniels, and we are underway as the Scarlet Hawks win the tip-off, and they are working right to left across your screen in their red jerseys. 3-ball attempt, no good from Gustavo Catino. Out of bounds it goes. It's going to stay with Milford. Well, last year when these two teams met, it was over at Milford High School, and it was an absolutely incredible game. Went down to the final seconds. Milford got the 66-63 win. A missed 3-ball right there, but a Milford rebound, and no good on the lay-in is Daniels, but the putback counted. That was off the missed Matt Da Silva shot as the Hillers quickly up court. I'm expecting a higher scoring game tonight. This Milford team can put up points, and so can the Hillers at times. Hillers can also play the defensive, gritty game and capture a win, as they proved last Friday against Holliston. Canales driving in up with the right hand, no good. A rebound by Andrew Rivera. Rivera feeds it over to the short corner as Catino drives to the bucket. And some contact there. The ball knocked out of bounds. It'll go Hillers' way. Ryland August inbounds to Willardson, who takes it up. Willardson over to August, now along the left side. Canales gets it to Willardson. The kick over to the wing to Marcinowski. Feeds it to August, up for the lay-in, no good. And I think Catino might have got the block there, up from the high post. No good on the shot, but the foul is drawn by the captain, Andrew Rivera. Captains for Milford, Jack Buckley, Andrew Rivera, Luca Testa. First foul of the game by either team. For the Hillers, you got Cooper Willardson, Sam Dejan, who's inactive tonight, and Jackson Canales. First bucket is good. The senior on his second of two knocks it down. A 4-0 early lead for Milford. Canales along the wing. Gets it over to August. Around the perimeter go the Hillers. Marcinowski hands it back to Willardson. Passes it over to Elstrom Hall, driving in, and it's a block. Nice block by Rivera. Rivera feeds it over. Errant pass there, and unable to get to it in time was Da Silva. It'll be Hiller ball. Just over a minute and a half into action. Willardson takes it up. Around the perimeter they go, driving in. Canales around the defender, no good, but there's a foul. Looks like they'll get Matt Da Silva with his first. And no good on the first of two is Canales. Well, the Hillers have been very good on free throws so far this season, and they will certainly come in handy in this game as Canales hits the second. A 4-1 Milford lead. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Rivera feeds it across over to Testa. Testa surrounded by defenders, and the trap works as August gets the steal. Willardson to the bucket. Count it, plus the foul. The captain, Cooper Willardson, heading to the line for an and one. Into the game for Milford, Jack Buckley. And he hits the and one. We're knotted up at 4 apiece. Full court pressure once again by the Hillers. Can expect a lot of pressure by the Hillers. They know how good of a shooting team this Milford squad is. No good on that shot is Daniels. And a nice rebound for Canales. Here's August. Feeds it to Canales. Back to August along the corner. Now up top. Elstrom Hall around the perimeter they go. Errant pass there. Knocked out of bounds. And it's going to go Milford's way. An absolutely packed house here tonight. A nice pre-Christmas Eve crosstown rivalry matchup. Over to Katina. Catino swarmed by defenders looking for the pass. Knocked out of bounds off of August. Catino along the wing gets it back to the corner. Buckley for 3. No. Grabs his own rebound and fortunate bounce back, but he mishandles it there, and it's going a Hiller way. Elstrom Hall into Willardson. Around the perimeter they go. Canales feeds the corner. Driving baseline and up for the shot, and no good is Marcinowski. Rivera with it. Well, the Hillers have had a tough stretch to start off the season. A lot of tough opponents, but they are 3-0 heading into this game as they get another turnover here. They took down Norwood on the road to start the season, and then a couple home wins against Dedham and Holliston, and looking to go into the holiday break with a 4-0 record. Elstrom Hall driving it up with the left hand, no good. And the board pulled down by Daniels. As he's coming up, great hustle there by August. Hillers get it back to the rack. Elstrom Hall, no good. Rebound Rivera. Rivera long pass up court and laying it in, the senior Gustavo Catino. Long pass by the Hillers up the far side. No good on the lay-in is Elstrom Hall, and it's knocked out of bounds. It's going to go Milford way. Well, both teams trying to run the floor quickly and get that ball into the offensive zone. They want to avoid those trapping situations. Into the game for the Hillers, Patrice Petit-Friere, the junior. Here comes Milford. Buckley feeds it in and down the lane, and in goes Catino, and we have a foul. That'll be an and one. Or will it? No. They're going to say the foul before the shot. It's going to be the first foul on Ryland August, team second for the Hillers. Pass into the lane, it's bobbled, Hillers have it. Willardson feeds it over, and the lay-in no good by Petit-Friere. Put back no good, and it's a Scarlet Hawks rebound by Ryan Burns. Here they come. And a block there by Petit-Friere as going for the lay-in was Rivera. It'll be a Scarlet Hawks inbound. Well, Patrice Petit-Friere, a new addition to this Hiller team, and will certainly provide a whole lot of speed for the Hillers. Up and good from the low post. Catino with his second bucket of the game. An 8-4 Milford lead. Canales over to Petit-Friere, driving it up with the left hand, no good. And a battle for it as Blinn gets in there, and we'll have a jump ball call. Blinn getting wrapped up with Luca Testa amongst others. Ryland August on the entry. Gets it over to Willardson, launches the three, and no good. Ends up off the top of the hoop, out of bounds. Milford ball. Rivera with a long pass down court over to Burns. Up and no good there. A Milford rebound. And Gustavo Catino puts it back and draws the foul. Well, the senior Gustavo Catino going to be someone to watch in the low post. Already a trifecta of buckets, and now trying to complete the and one here. Off the front of the rim, battle for it, picked up by Catino. Kicks it out over to Buckley, and now underneath, up and in with the reverse, Catino. Hillers get it quickly up the floor. Patrice Petit-Friere blocked there on the attempted lay-in. And a battle for it now along the far side as August wrapped up and able to get it out to Blinn. Blinn feeds it over, up and no good there is Friere. And a battle for it. Out of bounds it goes off of Milford. Well, the Hillers getting Patrice Petit-Friere heavily involved and trying to get him the ball in the low post. And I think they're just waiting for him to heat up and get going. Already some nice opportunities. Working along the perimeter, we're going to have contact there as Rivera bumps up against Sean Brown. That's going to be his first foul. 3 fouls apiece so far in this first quarter. As you would expect, it's been a physical game, as it always is when these two teams meet up. And a nice pass underneath to Brown, and it's stripped away, and now a battle for it, and picking it up, Rivera. Here comes Milford, long pass, up and in. Luca Testa, and Coach Keene and the Hillers need a timeout. Milford feeling it right now early in this game. A 14-4 lead with 2:47 left to go in the first quarter. And the big difference is the Scarlet Hawks finding ways to take advantage of their low post opportunities, and the Hillers just aren't hitting from the low post. They're getting guys open, good shot opportunities, but they have to hit from the field, or it could be a very long night for this Hiller team. Well, last season, the Milford Scarlet Hawks finished 9-11 overall after a round of 16 loss in the state tournament to Middleborough. The very next round, Hopkinton took on Middleborough and also lost to that very tough Middleborough team. And they finished their season 17-4 after the round of 8 loss. Both of these teams could be potential playoff opponents, both in that Division II state tournament bracket. So certainly a good rivalry to have on the books. And hopefully it'll be a rivalry for the long term. The Hillers set to inbound off the timeout. Trevor Blinn gets it into Willardson. Willardson trying to feed it inside, gets it over to Marcinowski. Marcinowski trying to work the lane. It's stripped away by Catino. Gustavo Catino making it happen. Up for 3, no good off the back iron. And a rebound by Petit-Friere. Feeds it over to Willardson. Now along the corner, Blinn. Back to Willardson, drives the lane, up for the shot, draws the foul. It's going to be a push against Milford. That'll be their team 4th. And that one is on Vincent Reese. Hillers will have the entry. Ryland August on the inbound, gets it to Marcinowski. Now along the top of the perimeter, back to Willardson, who feeds the corner. Driving in, and no good there is Blinn. A block. Once again, Catino in the low post. Dangerous on the defensive side as well as the offensive side. And as he pulls up to take a shot, we have a foul. That one going to be on Canales. That'll be his first, team 4th for the Hillers. Well, that's how it was the last time these two teams met. Very physical. Up for three. No good there is Buckley. And the Scarlet Hawks get it back. Burns feeds it underneath, and Catino, no good there. Hillers have it. Willitson feeds August. August to Marcinowski. Marcinowski in the low post. Puts it up and in. A well-needed bucket for the Hillers. Milford quickly up the floor. Behind the back dribble by Rivera. Underneath he goes, and drawing the foul on the lane attempt is Gustavo Catino. That'll be the second on Canales. Team fifth for the Hillers. Milford in the bonus. First of two, no good by Coutinho. He's 0 for 2 from the line so far tonight, but has 8 points overall. And it falls out, but a Milford rebound. The putback, no good. Bobbled around. Milford has it. Putting it up. Burns, no good on his second try. Here comes Willitson. And August has it stripped away by Coutinho. Snuck up on him. Scarlet Hawks with a quick break. Rivera down the lane. Up with the left hand, no good. A battle for it. And picking it up, Burns. Burns feeds it over to the right block. Up and in, Jack Buckley. August with it. Kicks it out, driving in Canales, and going up for the lane. Drawing some contact there from Rivera. No foul called. It was just knocked out of bounds. It'll be a Hiller inbound. Ryland August on the entry. Feeds it over to Willitson. Willitson to the wing. Hellstrom Hall gets it back to Willitson. And now Marcinowski from the elbow. No good there. Rebound by Rivera. Here comes Milford. Rivera driving the lane, and a little bit of contact with Hellstrom Hall. We're going to have a foul. Free throws for the Scarlet Hawks as they are in the bonus. Tori Hellstrom Hall on the foul. Andrew Rivera so far 2 for 2 from the strike. No good there. Into the game for Milford, Dio Rodriguez. Second of 2 for the captain. Got it. An 11-point Milford lead. Driving down Hellstrom Hall, up with the left hand, no good. It'll roll out into the hands of Burns. Here comes the Scarlet Hawks. Rivera working against August, gets it over. Now driving baseline and going up and in. Dio Rodriguez, the junior. Hellstrom Hall feeds it to Marcinowski. Now August. Gets it to the corner, Canales. And now Petit Friere along the wing. Trying to work his way inside, and we're going to have a foul. Some contact there. They're going to get Dio Rodriguez. Hiller's now in the bonus as well. Now these are big free throws here. 19-6 Milford lead. Hillers could certainly use the points. First of 2, no good. Second of 2, no. And a rebound for Milford. Here they come. With it is Rivera. Feeds it up top. Now along the wing, Testa. Gets it over to the corner, up for 3. No good by Rivera. And the putback up and in. Dio Rodriguez. And And that is going to do it. A tough first quarter for the Hillers. Milford was hitting, the Hillers were not. And after 1 quarter of play, it is the Scarlet Hawks of Milford 21, the Hopkinton Hillers 6. And this Hiller team has some work to do to try to get back into this game. And they just weren't hitting from the field, and it's really going to come down to taking advantage of those opportunities in the low post, which quite simply Milford was able to, and the Hillers just struggled shooting-wise, but we'll see if they're able to get something going in this second quarter. You certainly don't want to let this Milford team pull too far ahead and have to play comeback the whole way. But a great crowd on hand here tonight for a terrific matchup on this eve before Christmas Eve. And this is the last game of 2024 for the Hillers. Their next game won't be until January 3rd, where they will be at Westwood. Our next game, however, will be on December 28th. We'll have Hopkinton Hiller girls basketball as they will take on Algonquin in the Mary Corby tournament. We'll have the 2 p.m. Hopkinton Algonquin game, as well as the 4 p.m. Westboro and Milford game. And then on the 29th, we'll have the consolation game as well as the finals of the tournament. Driving down the lane, up and no good is Catino. Ball batted around, and Petit Friere has it. Friere on the break, up with the left hand, count it! The junior with his first bucket of the evening. Well, that was good to see Patrice Petit Friere, break that streak of misses there. He came in, was getting good opportunities, and we're going to have a charge. An offensive charge. They're going to get Luca Testa, and it's going to be Hiller ball. First foul of the second quarter. Unfortunately, with a game like this where you had a lot of fouls in that first quarter, it is good that they go quarter by quarter now, or we'd have a whole lot of free throw opportunities in this second frame. Marcinowski over to Elstrom Hall. Petit Friere pump fakes and now kicks it over. Up for three is Elstrom Hall, no good. Loose ball picked up by Willardson. Willardson trying to get it to Marcinowski off his hands and out of bounds. Well, the Hillers got a little momentum to start this second quarter, and they would like to try to keep it up. Matt De Silva with it, gets it to Catino. Catino to Rivera. Rivera up for the shot, and we have a foul. A push against the Hillers. And Rivera at the line for his third time tonight. 3 for 4 from the strike. That was the second foul of the game on Ryland August. First of two, got it. Well, Rivera, someone that you want to try to avoid sending to the line. 4 for 5 so far. Second of two. Count it. 23-8, Milford leading. Willardson over to Marcinowski. Marcinowski back to Elstrom Hall. Feeds it over to Blinn. Willardson now. Gonna drive down, kicks it out to Blinn. 15 on the shot clock. August. Back to Blinn. Now Willardson from the wing launches it. No good. Hiller rebound. Marcinowski underneath to collect. And they're going to say he stepped out. Well, he was trying to turn away from the defender to get the pass off, but great defense underneath by Milford. With it is De Silva, gets it over. Along the wing, Testa. Testa trying to get by Willetson, stripped away. Here comes Elstrom Hall. Elstrom Hall around the defender, no good. Put back, count it. Ryland August, the sophomore, lays it in. 3-ball attempt. Air ball there, but the Scarlet Hawks have the rebound, collected by Coutinho. Now a shot from the right wing, no good by De Silva. Marcinowski has it, but we have a whistle. It looks like we're going to have a foul against Milford. They'll get Anthony Daniels with his first. Marcinowski into Elstrom Hall. Back to Marcinowski, August. Pump fakes, driving in, and we're going to get a charge there, looks like. It'll be against the defense. Andrew Rivera, the guilty party. That's his second. Team third on Milford. Hillers with 1 foul so far in the quarter. And they're going to wipe the court up a little bit, it looks like. Ryland August coming out of the game. Patrice Petit-Friere into the game. I'll see how much playing time Patrice Petit-Friere getting tonight. That looks like a guy that we're going to see a lot this season, and Coach Keene just trying to get him going, and has a lot of quickness, finding some good open opportunities. Just has to start knocking down those shots. From the corner for 3, Willetson, count it! Boy, did the Hillers need that. It's a 10-point game. Rivera feeds it over, up with the hook shot is Daniels, and we have a travel. Hillers get the turnover. Well, this second quarter certainly going a lot better for the Hillers so far. They have outscored Milford 7-2 here in the second frame. Elstrom Hall over to Marcinowski. Pump fakes, drives in, trying to work the defender. Turnaround jumper, no good. And it's pulled down by Coutinho. Here comes Milford quickly up the floor. Feeds it over, up for the lane, no good. But then it's bobbled around as Ryan Burns able to hold on to it and draw the contact. That'll be the second foul of the game. Or correction, first foul of the game for James Marcinowski. First of 2 from Burns is good. Well, Milford with 3 points in the quarter so far, all via the free throw. No good there. Loose ball. Milford has it. That was collected by Testa. With it now to Silva. Silva back to Testa. Burns feeds it over, up around the defender and in. Gustavo Coutinho. Petit-Friere with it. Thought about it, feeds it underneath. Elstrom Hall feeds the lane. Give and go. Patrice Petit-Friere with the finish and draws the contact. That'll be the second foul of the game on Gustavo Coutinho. Well, Gustavo Coutinho, that's one guy Milford doesn't want to get into early foul trouble. His offense has really been their backbone so far in this first half. Milford quickly up the floor. Testa launches a 3, no good. Loose ball. And Elstrom Hall collects. Here he comes down the far side. Over to Willetson. Willetson for 3. No. Rattles out. Collected by Burns. Up the floor goes the Scarlet Hawks. The feet underneath. Up and in. Coutinho plus the contact. Well, that was a great feed from Andrew Rivera. Was able to quickly get it in the low post. A nice little pass to Coutinho, and A sweet finish there for Milford. And foul on James Marcinowski. That's his second. And he knocks down the and one. Back to a 13-point lead for Milford. Willitson. Make that a 14-point lead. August feeds it over to Elstrom Hall. Elstrom Hall going to drive down, up with the underhand basket lay-in, draws the foul. That'll be on Andrew Rivera, his third. Elstrom Hall has been the floor general for much of the second quarter, directing traffic at the line for his first time tonight. First of two, no good. Couple substitutions for the Scarlet Hawks. Gustavo Catino, Ryan Burns gonna take a little bit of a break. We have an unlisted 24 in the game. No 24 on the roster. We'll have to figure out who that is. Elstrom Hall hits the second. 29-16. Milford leading. Matt DeSilva with it. Launches a three, and it's short. Yeah, I think Petit Frere might have got a bit of the hand on it there. And we're going to have a Scarlet Hawks foul. Push foul against Milford. And the Hillers are in the bonus. We got Andrew Rivera with his third, I believe. Ryland August at the line. The first of two is good. Well, still 3:37 left in the second quarter. Hillers already in the bonus. They could certainly use this to their advantage to climb back into this game. Second of two for the sophomore, no good. Batted in the air, pulled in by Sean Brown. Petit Frere trying to work the lane, gets it over to Elstrom Hall. Elstrom Hall around the defender, up and count it. What a nice lay-in there for the junior, Tori Elstrom Hall, starting to heat up. Up top, Testa drives down, kicks it out. Now along the corner. And we're going to have a travel. Dio Rodriguez move that foot, and the travel drawn and momentum going towards the Hillers. 3:08 left in the second quarter. A 29-19 Milford lead, but the Hillers slowly but surely working their way back into this game. Well, a lot of good action happening on this Monday night throughout the TVL. We'll try to get you some updates. A lot of holiday tournament games getting started up. And there's a whole bunch of good local tournaments that will take place throughout the holiday break, including the one that we'll have next week for you with the Hopkinton Hiller girls in the annual Mary Corby tournament. They'll take on Algonquin at 2 p.m. on Saturday, December 28th. We're looking forward to that game. Should be a great battle, as it always is. Algonquin, a very good program, and you got two other great programs in that tournament as well with Milford and Westboro. And we are planning on having the entirety of that tournament for you. 3:08 left to go off the timeout. Hillers hoping to keep the momentum going. Here comes Patrice Petit Frere. Gets it over to Willison. Willison driving down. He's called for a travel. It'll be Milford ball. Well, we have one final we could tell you about. Dover Sherborne boys defeated Westboro today, 62-50 in holiday tournament action as Milford quickly up the floor. Jack Buckley feeds it up top. And trying to poke the ball away was August, but the official saw contact and we have a foul. It looks like they're going to get Torrey Elstrom Hall with his second. It'll be a Scarlet Hawks inbound. Team fourth by the Hillers. De Silva driving in, kicks it out. Around the perimeter they go. Testa along the short corner, feeds it up top. Buckley kicks it to the wing, up for three, no good. Off the back iron it goes, and it's pulled down by August. At De Silva with the attempt there. Patrice Friere gets it over to Elstrom Hall. Elstrom Hall trying to feed it underneath, a little miscommunication. Out of bounds it goes. Well, Sean Brown was there, didn't see it coming. Full court pressure by the Hillers. They were looking for the steal there. De Silva able to corral in the pass, but lost it on the dribble. Loose ball and collected along the far side corner. We will have a jump ball call as Ryland August was quick to hustle in there and get the wrap on it. And again, there's a number 24 on Milford. We'll have to figure out who that is. I want to say it's Manny Vilbrun, but we'll have to get confirmation. First of two, got it. Second of two. Knocks it down. A couple of big points there for Milford. They're back up by 12. Marcinowski underneath. Trying to work the defender. Surrounded by defenders. Up for the shot. No good. Pulled down by Burns. Burns feeds it over to Buckley. Buckley working against Canales. Gets it back to the unlisted 24 who feeds it over, and we have a travel. It'll be Hiller ball, 1:44 left to go in the first half. And it started off all Milford. Scarlet Hawks outscored the Hillers 21-6 in the first quarter. But the Hillers have made some noise in this second quarter, put up 13 points. Compared to 10 for Milford. Battle for it as Marcinowski able to kick it out. Down the lane, no good there is Canales, and Milford has it. Quick pass up court to Silva. Spins around the defender, up and in he goes. Petit Friere with it. Trying to drive in, lost the dribble. Vilbrun has it. And driving the lane is De Silva, can't finish. And we have an offensive charge. .110 left to go. It'll be Hiller ball. And we're going to have a timeout. Timeout on the floor. That'll give us a chance to try to get you some local high school basketball scores. We had a good game over in Norton earlier today. A game that went into overtime. Norton and North Attleboro girls basketball. Norton ended up taking the win in overtime, 48-45 in that one. And the TVL very strong this year. A lot of these TVL teams racking up the out-of-league wins. Dover Sherborne beat Westboro earlier, 62-50. A Hockomock score at the half. Mansfield leading Bishop Feehan 20-19. Good game between those two very good programs. And in hockey, Marshfield took a win against Molded Catholic 5-4. And Norwood girls captured a 57-39 win against Walpole.
Andy asked somebody 24 is Ish Kamara.
And we've just gotten word from our director, John Ritz, number 24 is Ish Kamara. Big thank you to Andy Ritz, who got that information for us. He's working the camera tonight, along with Denise Antaki and Barry Arnott. We get the A-team working this game. Petit Friere gets it up top over to Canales. Drives the lane, no good. A bit of a block there, battle for it. Yeah, Buckley got a piece of that ball as Canales went up for the lay-in. It's going to be Scarlet Hawks basketball with 48 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And the official over at the Milford bench, I don't know if he's looking for a new basketball or what. All right, ready to continue on. On the entry, Ryan Burns. Working his way up the floor, Dio Rodriguez. Feeds it to Testa. Testa up for the jumper, no good. And Willetson was battling for it, but Milford ended up with it as Vilbrun won that battle and goes up for the putback, and we have a foul. Both teams in the bonus. That foul on Willetson, that's his second. First of two for the sophomore. Hits the first. Now for the second. Got it. 35-19, Milford leading. Hillers need to get going here. Marcinowski over to Elstrom Hall, drives the lane, no good. And a nice block by Burns. And then we have a foul as Marcinowski was stripped it away and was going up for the putback. So he's at the line. A foul on Ryan Burns, his first. First of two from Marcinowski, no good. I'll tell you can't get away with much tonight with these officials. And there's contact, they're calling it. Marcinowski hits the second. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Buckley gets it over, driving down Rodriguez, and he tries to feed the block. Good hustle by Willetson, who ended up knocking it out of bounds. It'll be a Milford inbound, 21 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter. Buckley on the entry. Up top he goes, Rodriguez. Over to Vilbrun. Vilbrun looking to get it back up top over to Testa. We have a backcourt violation. It's going to be Hiller ball. Good defense there. Hillers playing a tight man defense, and they are able to draw up a well-needed turnover. Willetson set to inbound. For 8 seconds left to go. Hillers going to have to work quickly here. Elstrom Hall driving down, up with the lay-in, count it. And that is a nice way to end the quarter if you're the Hillers. Hopkinton still with a good amount of work to do as they find themselves down by 13 points at the halftime break. But certainly a much better second quarter as they were able to put up 16 points compared to Milford's 14. And at the halftime break, it's the Scarlet Hawks 35, the Hopkinton Hillers 22. We're going to step aside and let you enjoy the halftime scenery for the next few minutes. But when we come back, we'll get you first half scoring totals, and of course, we'll have the second half action for you. A long way left to go here in this crosstown rivalry matchup between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Milford Scarlet Hawks. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Basketball on HCAM. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. We are at the halftime break and just about set for the second half. And as we enter the second half, it is the Scarlet Hawks of Milford leading the Hopkinton Hillers 35-22. And the big difference was in the first quarter, Milford outscoring the Hillers 21-6. Hopkinton really struggled from the field and missed a lot of good shot opportunities, but in the second quarter they regrouped a little bit, outscored Milford 16-14, but certainly still have a good amount of work to do to try to get back into this game. Let's take a look at scoring totals from the first half. We'll start with the visiting Milford Scarlet Hawks. Jack Buckley has 2 points, Manny Vilbrun with 2, Andrew Rivera with 5, Matt Da Silva with 2, Dio Rodriguez with 4, Luca Testa with 2, Anthony Daniels with 2, Ryan Burns with 1, and Ish Kamara with 2 points for Milford. As for the Hopkinton Hillers, James Marcinowski with 3, Ryland August with 3, Jackson Canales with 1, Tori Elstrom Hall with 5, Patrice Petit-Friere with 4, and Cooper Willinson, the team leader, with 6 points. Well, the Hillers, they're going to have to continue to shoot well in order to get back into this game, and they'll certainly have to put up a good amount of points as we are underway in the second half. Hillers with possession, working right to left across your screen. Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call as Elstrom Hall feeds it over to Jackson Canales, and a nice start to the third quarter for the Hillers as Canales lays it in. Milford trying to respond. 3-ball attempt, no good. Put back, count it. Luca Testa was no good on the 3-ball attempt, but Gustavo Catino, who had a team-leading 13 points for Milford in that first half, able to knock it down. Elstrom Hall feeds it over to Canales. Now Willitson. Willitson driving down, and now Elstrom Hall around the defender, and will draw a foul. Well, Gustavo Catino not liking that call, and had his hands in the air saying, hey, there was no contact there. That's going to be his 4th foul of the game. And he has been the top scorer for Milford, so you certainly would hate to see him foul out. He's going to come out of the game for probably a few minutes, as coming in now is Jack Buckley. Elstrom Hall hits the first of 2. And knocks down the second. A 4-0 run to start this, a 4-2 run to start this quarter for the Hillers. Working along the wing, Da Silva, who gets it over to Rivera, and Rivera could not control it and ended up losing his dribble. It's going to be Hiller ball. Elstrom Hall on the entry, gets it into Willitson. Willitson back to Canales. Up top, Elstrom Hall driving the lane, around the defender, draws a foul. We'll get Matt Da Silva with the contact. Team second for Milford. Da Silva with 4 fouls tonight. And they'll probably take him out of the game as well, as he's another guy that the Scarlet Hawks certainly don't want to lose too early. Elstrom Hall misses the first. And Tori Elstrom Hall doing a nice job at drawing up the fouls, getting to the line. 3 for 5 so far, make it 4 for 6. A 10-point game. Taking it up, Dio Rodriguez. feeds it over. Willetson knocks it away, and then Elstrom Hall gets in there, loose ball, and it's sent out of bounds. It's going to be Scarlet Hawks basketball. Well, that was a good effort by Andrew Rivera to kind of roll it off of, I believe it was Elstrom Hall, to keep it in Milford possession. Here's Buckley. Feeds it to Rodriguez. 10 on the shot clock. Rodriguez around the defender, no good. Pulled down by Marcinowski. Willetson, long pass. August, underneath, up, no good. Rebound Milford, collected by Buckley. Taking it up now, Rivera. Rivera down the lane, up for the jumper, count it. Andrew Rivera knocking down the J. He has 7 points tonight. Elstrom Hall behind the back, up with the left hand, yes! Back and forth we go. Buckley feeds it over to the corner. Now with it, Rivera. Rivera gonna drive in, gets it over to the left side. Up for three from the wing and no good. Luca Testa, collected by Milford. Getting the rebound, Dio Rodriguez. Rivera feeds it over. Three ball, count it. Jack Buckley with the swisher. Elstrom Hall gets it down to August. Marcinowski now working the short corner. Along the low post, up for the jumper, no good, and Milford has it. Collected by Rodriguez as the Scarlet Hawks quickly into the offensive zone. And then Andrew Rivera lost it. August picks it up, gets it over. Canales down the lane, gets it over to the corner. Elstrom Hall will drive in up with the right hand, no good. Put back, no good, but the foul drawn by Jackson Canales. Third foul of the quarter for Milford. They get Jack Buckley with his first. Canales looking to add on to his 3 points. Got the second one. It's a 12-point game. Rivera feeds it in. Up for the jumper, and it'll rattle out. Anthony Daniels on that attempt, the freshman. Here come the Hillers. Underneath, Marcinowski, no good, but we have a foul. A little contact there, fourth foul on Milford. They're gonna get Dio Rodriguez with his second. First of two, no good. Marcinowski has 3 points tonight. Hasn't hit a field goal since the first quarter. He's someone the Hillers would like to get going. Second free throw, no good. And then popped out of bounds as Rivera puts it off for Ryland August. Oh, they're going to change it. They're going to say it hit Rivera before going out. It's going to be Hiller ball. Marcinowski on the entry. Around the perimeter go the Hillers. Elstrom Hall into Marcinowski. Marcinowski wide open lane in front of him. Goes up for the lay and draws the foul. How about that? Already a team fifth for Milford. And we're not even 4 minutes into the third quarter. Hiller's going to have a lot of free throw opportunities if they play their cards right in this third frame. That foul was the second on Anthony Daniels. First of two, got it. Marcinowski is 2 for 4 from the line so far tonight. And he hits the second. Hillers down by 10. Buckley with it. Feeds it over. Driving the lane, but no good on the lay-in. Ryan Burns. Marcinowski pulls down the board. Willetson fires it up to Canales. Canales out to Willetson and going for the steal, Rodriguez, and it's taken back by August. Willetson underneath, Marcinowski up and no good. Pulls down the rebound and puts it in, plus the foul. James Marcinowski making some noise in the low post. Marcinowski gets back to the line already for his third time in this quarter. A foul on Ryan Burns, his second. Patrice Petit-Frere coming into the game for Canales. Well, how about Marcinowski? Already 4 points in the quarter. Looking for number 5 right here. No good. And Petit-Frere gets the rebound. Along the wing, gets it to Marcinowski. Marcinowski to the rack, yes! Here come the Hillers. It's a 6-point game. Rodriguez over to Buckley. Underneath. No good there by Burns, but he draws contact. Scarlet Hawks huddle up, a little group talk, some words of encouragement. That foul on Patrice Petit-Frere, his first. No good on the first of 2 by Ryan Burns, the junior. Second of 2. No good. Pulled down by Ryland August. Here come the Hillers. Along the far side, Willetson gets it to Elstrom Hall. Back to Willetson. Willetson directing traffic. Driving in. Through the defenders. Can't finish. Put back. Yes! Torrey Elstrom Hall. A 4-point game. And it's taken by Marcinowski on the pass attempt by Rivera. August to Petit-Frere for 3. No. Off the back iron. Pulled down by Testa. Up for the jumper. Yes. Andrew Rivera knocking it down. And we'll have a timeout. Hillers have climbed right back into the game. A 6-point Milford lead. 3:13 left to go in the third quarter. And what a great start to the second half for this Hiller team. Milford with 5 fouls in the first 3 minutes and 40 seconds or so. Hillers only 1 foul in the quarter, and they have a real opportunity to continue to get to the charity strike and rack up those points. But a great run to start for the Hillers. They've outscored Milford so far in the quarter 16-9. And they are right back in this game. Very impressive stuff coming out of the halftime locker room. Well, the Hillers came into this game undefeated at 3-0. They've won all 3 games so far this season. Looking for number 4 here tonight. Of course, Milford's going to have something to say about that. But this Milford team, they can put up the points, and that's what the Hillers need to do here tonight. And it looks like they're on their way to doing so in this second half. Here comes Torrey Elstrom Hall. Elstrom Hall down the lane and missed it there, but Willetson had it, and then Marcinowski tries to drive in and lost the dribble. It'll be Scarlet Hawks ball. Buckley on the entry. Dio Rodriguez will take it up. Rodriguez gets it over to Testa. Now back to the wing to Buckley. Testa along the corner. Feeds it over. Milford trying to shake up this Hiller interior defense. Up and no good there by Burns, and then knocked out of bounds. It'll be Hiller ball. Marcinowski into Willetson. Well, this Hiller team, they can run the floor quickly. And Marcinowski with a bobble there. Milford has it back. Rivera driving down. He'll draw the foul. It's going to be the third foul on Varsanowski. He'll have to be a little bit careful. Andrew Rivera at the line for his fourth time tonight. He's 5 for 6 from the strike. And he hits another one there, making 6 for 7. So far tonight, Rivera has 10 points. There's 11. Milford up by 8. Elstrom Hall with it along the wing. Over to Petit Friere. August driving down, up with the hook shot, count it. Ryland August with his second field goal of the game. He has 5 points overall. With it now, De Silva kicks it out to the corner. Back to De Silva now from Buckley. Feeds it to Testa. Testa trying to work the defender. Squeezes between a pair of defenders and lays it in. A nice finish there. His second bucket of the game. Hillers quickly up the floor. Willetson shakes the defender up with the right hand. No good. And it is pulled down by De Silva. And in the process, we have a foul. That's going to be the third team foul on the Hillers. Third on Willetson. Well, the Hillers, they still got 4 guys unavailable tonight, so they'll have to be careful foul-wise. Along the corner, Buckley. Over to De Silva, launches a long 3, no good. It'll be Hiller ball. Hiller's gonna slowly take it up the floor. Elstrom Hall with it. 1:19 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Willetson kicks it out to Sean Brown. Brown to Petit Friere. Around the defender, no good there, but draws contact. Oh, actually, I think they're gonna get him with a charge. That's going to be the second foul on Petit Friere, an offensive charge called there. 1 minute left in the quarter. De Silva with it. Feeds it underneath, and we have a foul as Manny Vilbrun draws contact. First foul of the game on Sean Brown. Vilbrun is 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Make it 3 for 3. Scarlet Hawks shooting well from the strike. He gets another one. Back to a 10-point lead for Milford. Petit Friere with it, under a minute left in the quarter. Looking for Elstrom Hall. Good, quick hands by Rivera, who steals it away and then takes it to the rack and jams it in. Petit Friere over to Brown. Brown down the lane, around the defender, off the board and in. Sean Brown, he's a guy that the Hillers could use in the low post. If they could get him going, that could be big. Rivera to Buckley. Buckley around the defender, up with the underhand lay-in, and he's called for the offensive charge. Well, ran right into the defender there, no doubt about that one. That's his second. 16.8 seconds left in the third quarter. Momentum slowly tipping towards the Hillers. Elstrom Hall with it. Over to Willitson for three. No good. And on the rebound, we have a Hopkinton foul. Well, that slowly tipped the momentum back in the other direction. Fourth foul of the game on Ryland August. At the Silva at the line. Both teams in the bonus. And he hits the first of two. Well, this fourth quarter, it's going to be a fun one. Second of two, no good. Pulled down by Brown at the buzzer. No, off the top of the hoop. Some good reach there by Elstrom Hall. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, it is Milford 53, the Hillers 42. Hillers continuing to hang around, and they certainly had their best quarter of the game. They end up outscoring Milford 20-18. But the Scarlet Hawks hanging right with the Hillers despite being outscored the last 2 quarters and maintaining that lead. So the Hillers really going to have to get going in this fourth quarter as they still find themselves down by 11. And this game has been a lot about the fouls and free throws. And Milford has done very well in that category and hung around with the Hillers, who are also a very good free throw shooting team. Taking a look at the point totals for the Hillers, Tori Elstrom Hall with 12 and James Marcinowski with 9. And they were really the key pieces to the Hiller offense in that third quarter. And the one thing the Hillers have done well is calm down Gustavo Gattino a little bit. He had 2 points in that third quarter, has 15 overall. But Andrew Rivera stepped up big and put up 8 third quarter points. And you can see a good crowd on hand tonight. A lot of folks from Milford coming to check out their Scarlet Hawks, and of course a good Hiller crowd as well. Stolen away by Elstrom Hall. Elstrom Hall down the lane, no. But we are going to have a charge call. And it will be against Milford. Fourth foul of the game on Andrew Rivera. Well, Tori Elstrom Hall making it happen. Put up 7 points in the third quarter to lead the way for the Hillers. And there's another one. He has 13 points overall. And he knocks them both down. Big time free throws right there. Hillers need to hit all the free throws they possibly can. Feeds it inside, up and good. That was Gustavo Gattino. Petit Friere for 3, no. Rebound, Milford. Pulled down by Daniels. With it is Rivera, feeds it over to De Silva for 3, no good. Hillers have it. Cooper Willitson with the rebound. Willitson, a nice feed to Brown, and Brown with the finish. It's a 9-point game. 7 minutes and counting left to go. For 3, no. And we have a foul on the rebound attempt. It's going to be Hiller ball, foul against Milford. Push foul called. Team second for Milford, and that is on Gustavo Gattino. That is his 5th, so his night will come to an end. Here come the Hillers. Willitson. Along the far side, trying to shake the defender. Drives baseline, feeds it over. Brown, no! Rattles out. Milford has it. Oh, you gotta finish those. And it's poked out of the grasp of Rivera. The Hillers get it back. Elstrom Hall down the lane. It's a block. Hard block by Vilbrun. Well, that was good hustle by Vilbrun. Sticking with Elstrom Hall. The speedy Tori Elstrom Hall up the floor. Able to get a big block there. Marcinowski on the entry. Gets it to Brown. The feed inside. Marcinowski thought about it. Kicks it over to the corner. Driving in, Canales feeds it up top to Elstrom Hall. Now Brown along the wing. Back to Canales. Canales up and he goes. Jackson Canales has 6 points tonight. Hillers down by 7. Around the defender, and what a job by the sophomore Matt Da Silva. Hillers quickly up the floor. Marcinowski responds. 11 points for James Marcinowski, who has really stepped it up in the second half. Only had 3 points throughout the first half. Has 8 in the second half. But a good response. Matt Da Silva again stepping up for the Hillers with the absence of Gustavo Gattino due to foul trouble. Elstrom Hall feeds it up top. Marcinowski for 3. Count it! Well, the Hillers needed that. A 6-point game. Milford looking to respond with a 3 of their own. No good. But it is a Scarlet Hawks rebound by Testa. Feeds it inside. Up with the hook shot. No good. Put back. No good by Vilbrun. Milford still has it. And as Vilbrun tries to work back towards the bucket, looks like we have a foul. Now, Milford has the height advantage, no doubt about that. And they're winning the rebound battle. But the Hillers certainly defending the low post very well. They're not making any shots easy for the Scarlet Hawks team. Ryan Burns on the entry. Burns feeds it over. Surrounded by defenders. That should have been a travel. We're going to get a jump ball call. It is going to go Hillers' way. There's Matt Da Silva in the paint. Hillers just swarm him. And I'll tell you, that's why the Hillers, despite not having the height advantage, they can compete with anybody. They're just so good at trapping. Willitson feeds it over to Canales. Canales up with the hook. Yes! Jackson Canales with 8 points. Da Silva feeds it over to Burns. Burns kicks it out. Vilbrun stripped away by Petit Friere. Trying to escape with it. Has it. Along the corner. Gonna take it. Yes! Patrice Petit Friere has put the Hillers within 1. And the crowd erupts as the junior has gotten the Hillers right back in this game. 4:22 left. Milford 59, the Hillers 58. What a battle tonight at Hopkinton High School. Well, it has been an absolutely outstanding fourth quarter so far by the Hillers. They have outscored Milford 16-6 in the quarter. And it is very much anyone's ball game. But the Hillers started to hit from the field, and that's the major difference. They were struggling big time from the field early on in this one. But they did a nice job from the floor in the third quarter. Then in this fourth quarter, they're drawing up the turnovers. Their trap is working to perfection. And they are knocking down some well-needed 3 buckets. Marcinowski with a 3 bucket, and then of course you had Petit Friere knock down a big bucket as well. Can the Hillers come back and grab the win and stay undefeated? We'll find out. 4:22 left. Milford up by 1. Here we go. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Matt De Silva takes it up. Over to Rivera. Milford trying to set the pick there. Looking to feed it underneath and bat it out of bounds off the hand of Canales. It'll stay with the Scarlet Hawks. Now the entry, Andrew Rivera. Feeds it to Burns, and a mishandle along the near side by De Silva. Hiller basketball. Hopkinton with a chance to take the lead. Willinson with it. Pick set by Marcinowski. Willinson down the lane, yes! The Hillers have the lead. Fires it across. De Silva along the wing, launches the three, knocks it down. Quick pass to Canales, who will draw the foul. He's heading to the line. Back and forth we go here at the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. Canales, 8 points so far on the night, trying to add some more right here. No good on the first. A 2-point Milford lead, 3:37 left to go. No, it rattles out. Rebound Vilbrun. Here come the Hawks. Over to the corner. 3-ball. No good. And it's collected by Canales. Elstrom Hall down the lane. Up with the left hand. No. Put back. Yes. Ryland August knocking it down. We're knotted at 62 apiece. Along the top of the perimeter, De Silva. Over to Vilbrun. Back to De Silva. Calls it out, feeds it over. Rivera gets it back to De Silva for 3. No. And collected by Willinson as he takes some hard contact along the baseline with the pass. Elstrom Hall down the lane. Canales, yes! Jackson Canales, 6 points in the fourth quarter. Hillers up by 2. 2:35 and counting left to go. De Silva feeds it over. Rivera driving in. Launches it from the short corner. No good. Pulled down by Canales. Canales to Willinson for 3. No. And we have a foul on the rebound attempt. That's going to be a team second for the Hillers. And foul on Torrey Elstrom Hall. That's his 4th. So he has no more to give. De Silva with it. Gets it over. Testa. Tripped away. Elstrom Hall puts it out of bounds off of Testa. And it's Hiller ball. What hustle by Elstrom Hall. He knew where that ball was going, knew he didn't have a chance to make a pass, so just quickly flipped it off of Testa to keep it in Hiller possession. Willinson down the lane, kicks it out. Elstrom Hall for 3. No good. There was some contact after the shot, no foul call. Down the far side, Rivera. Rivera working his way in. Up for the jumper, no. Rebound Vilbrun, put back, yes. And we are tied at 64 apiece. What a game. 1:41 left to go in the fourth quarter. Well, this is what Milford Hopkinton basketball is all about. An absolute battle, as it always is when these two teams meet. This game went down to the final seconds last year over at Milford High School. Scarlet Hawks ended up coming out on top 66-63, and it's another one of those types of games tonight. It started off very much in Milford's favor as the Scarlet Hawks outscored the Hillers in the first quarter, 21-6. Hopkinton came back with a back and forth second quarter, outscoring Milford 16-14. It was 35-22 heading to the halftime break. And then in the third quarter, another back and forth quarter. Hopkinton outscores Milford 20-18. Milford had a 53-42 lead heading into this fourth quarter. And so far in this fourth quarter, Hopkinton has outscored Milford 24-11. And we are knotted at 64 apiece. Off the timeout, it'll be Hiller ball. Well, the Hillers, they just need to keep hitting their shots, keep drawing up those turnovers, and just keep doing what you've been doing all quarter long. Elstrom Hall with it. Willardson, a minute and a half left to go. Willardson trying to work the defender, gets it over to Elstrom Hall. Driving in, Canales kicks it out. Elstrom Hall down the lane. Yes! Up and in with the left hand. A big time bucket there. Hopkinton leading by 2. Up from the elbow, no good by De Silva. Milford gets it back. A nice hustle by De Silva there to grab the rebound. Under a minute left to go. Vilbrun drives the lane up for the shot. No, but we have a foul. Manny Vilbrun heading to the line. 4th foul of the game on Cooper Willardson. Well, both Torrey Elstrom Hall and Willardson, 4 fouls apiece. And Manny Vilbrun hits the first. Hiller's going to ice him here, call a timeout. Next free throw will be to tie it back up. 54 seconds left. Hopkinton 66, Milford 65. Well, I'll tell you, I had this game marked on the calendar. As soon as I saw Milford, I knew it was going to be a good one. And it has certainly been a very fun one here tonight. And what a way to go into the holiday break, a back and forth suspenseful battle such as this one. And we'll see if the Hillers are able to hang on and grab the come from behind win. Certainly not an easy task to fall down by so many points against this very good Milford team and to work your way back in, but it has been very impressive stuff by the Hillers. And we are ready to continue on off the timeout. Manny Vilbrun will be at the line for another free throw and a chance to tie this game back up. Well, Manny Vilbrun, he's stepped up in the second half for the Hillers, the sophomore, or for the Scarlet Hawks rather, the sophomore. He has grabbed some key rebounds and got his way to the line in a couple key situations. Can he tie it back up here? Yes. 66 all. Full court pressure by Milford. Petit Friere takes it up. 45 seconds and counting left to go. Elstrom Hall. Willardson hands it back to Elstrom Hall down the lane. Up and no good, but we have a foul. What a job by Elstrom Hall. Saw the opening and took advantage. Draws up the contact, and he's at the line for a couple of huge free throws. That foul on Luca Testa, that's his second. First of 2, got it.
Hey, you're not making it!
to put the Hillers up by 2. No good. It's a 1-point game. 35 seconds and counting. Rivera. Up top, Bilbrun. Feeds it over to the corner. Driving baseline, he lost it. Varsinowski has it. Petit free air. Up to August. Willetson. And Milford's going to foul. Willetson heading to the line. Hopkinton is in the bonus. And that is the 5th foul on Matt Da Silva. He's fouled out. First of 2. Got it. Hillers up by 2. Either way, it still will be a 1-possession game. Second and 2, no good. It's a 2-point game. Vilbrun with it. Gets it over to the near side. Rivera. Hillers trying to set the trap. 10 seconds left. Feeds it to the corner. Vilbrun. Yes! We're tied up at 68. Oh, it's stolen away. At the buzzer, we have a foul. What a steal by Luca Testa. He goes to lay it back up and draws the foul. Only 1.7 seconds left. And he will be going to the line after the timeout to potentially put Milford back on top. Wow. Well, Milford caught the Hillers off guard there. And that split second made all the difference. A little bit of contact in the lane, according to the official, and Milford will have a chance to win it at the free throw line. Well, this game certainly one for the archives. Well, a little bit of pressure here. Another timeout. They're going to try to ice him, make him think about it a little bit more. Well, either way, an incredible comeback for the Hillers. Worked their way back into this game, and certainly says a lot about the fight this Hiller team has. They really were struggling from the field shooting early on, and they were able to get their act together, work their way back into this game, and make it an absolute battle here in the final seconds. And we'll see if this game's going to head to overtime or if Milford's going to be able to hit one of these free throws and come away with the win. Here we go. Luca Testa at the line. Second of 2. He got it. August with a long pass. Intercepted, and there's your ball game. Milford going to hang on and come away with with the 70-68 win. They do just enough to hold the Hillers off and grab the win and hand Hopkinton their first loss of the season. What an absolute battle it was. A very fun, entertaining game here on this Monday night. But the Hillers will fall short. Milford now 2-1. Hopkinton falls to 3-1. But a long season left to go. And you'll have hopefully many, many more big games coming up throughout the season, and hopefully the playoff run as well. But the Scarlet Hawks hang on and get the win over Hopkinton here tonight by a final of 70-68. A big thank you to our incredible crew on camera tonight. Denise Santaki, Andy Ritz, Mary Arnott, our director John Ritz. For our HCAM crew, I am Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, Milford defeats Hopkinton 70-68. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Basketball on HCAM. Take care. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and we will talk to you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your night, and goodbye, everybody.